the Dolphins here coming off a game where they got absolutely throttled by the Buffalo Bills. They're actually a close your eyes special, Sean, because coming off Thursday night, little mini bye, they got beat by 21. They were a favorite, so they underperformed the spread by 21, and now they're catching 4.5 on the road in Seattle. Seattle is minus 225 on the money line. Miami plus 188. 41.5 is the total. I do think Miami will end up being one of these sharp sides. You see the crisscross bet splits, only 37% of the bets, but 52% of the handle on the Dolphins. I also think when you think about what Skylar Thompson is, I do think that Skylar Thompson has played some competent football. He's only had 3 starts for this team. He's gone 1-1. He also started a playoff game. They lost to the Bills 34-31, if you recall.
Covered.
And, you know, I think we're probably talking about Geno Smith as a guy who we don't want to lay 4.5 points with. Bottom line.
Yeah. And to me, this is, matchup wise, I like a backup quarterback catching some points. There's always going to be value there, but this is, I mean, you want to talk about situation spot. You have the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, they, it is a tough travel spot for the Miami Dolphins, but they're coming off extra rest, extra time to prepare the backup quarterback, and you have a Seattle team that was all the way in New England, and that coming off an overtime game, a tough physical overtime game,
crossing all those times
where they ran the ball a ton. And Kenneth Walker doesn't seem like he's going to be playing. If you've actually kind of watched the Seahawks the past couple of years, they really aren't the same team without Kenneth Walker. 5-9 straight up when he doesn't play or gets fewer than 10 carries. So they kind of go the way that Kenneth Walker goes. And I think Charbonnet is interesting for fantasy, but I think Miami's going to be able to run the ball, and Seattle, yes, they've played well, but they haven't faced any receivers like what the Miami Dolphins are going to be trotting out. So I think you'll get a couple big plays from Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, and that'll keep them in this game. 4.5 feels like a lot, especially again. Look at how bad the Lions and Rams looked last week coming off their overtime game.
Sneaky shootout game, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladder. We'll have to look at some ladders in this game. I mean, if you're going to give me a massive discount on like a Tyreek Hill situation just because it's Skylar Thompson, he does his work after the catch. And I go to the church, close your eyes special. So there's not much to think about here.
As Terrell in the chat says, bro, it's an easy close your eyes special. I agree. I'm all over it.